presentation.
Thank you.
Martin,
Councillors.
please. Martin? Allen. Martin Allen? Who? Okay. No Martins? Right. Malcolm, please. Morning.
Good morning. Presentation.
She's all yours.
Just wait for our presentation.
Any minute now. Here we go.
Kia ora koutou. Quentin McDonald, I'm the chair of the Ōpāwaho Heathcote River Network. This is Malcolm Long, who's our secretary. We are a community group, a network of over 25 groups that work in the catchment of the Ōpāwaho Heathcote. If you've been out on a Saturday or Sunday and you've seen people planting or picking up rubbish or doing maintenance out of a love for the river and the catchment, then they're probably part of our network. We see ourselves as a community voice for the river.
You've had a difficult task, and having a difficult task, we don't envy you the job of producing this plan for the current economic climate. And we want to commend you for the information presentation that we've had. It's been even better than previous years, if that was possible. We'll make the assumption that you've read our submission. The one area that we want to target today is biodiversity.
So, many of you will know that we have a rich set of native species, over 30,000 exotic plant species, many of which are only found here. We also have the highest rate of native species extinction in the world. Now, the Council has a statutory requirement to protect biodiversity, and we see some good work being done by the regional parks rangers in particular, despite them being underfunded. But our experience has been the communities often sees the council, the remainder of the council, as not very visible and often very siloed in its response. We know from our citizen science efforts in our catchment that weeds are coming, and in some places they're starting to win.
We think there's really a bit of a lack of a strategic focus on biodiversity within the council. There's no one person who seems to have the overarching strategic responsibility within the staff. And we put that down in some ways to the establishment of the Natural Environments and Biodiversity team, and that's had a number of poorer outcomes. We've lost, the council's lost ecologists, and they're hard to find. And we feel that some of them have been disillusioned with the lack of priority for biodiversity amongst particularly the senior management of the council and the way it operates. And if you want evidence of that, you need to look at your own operational pest plant management plan, which was first written in 2010. It was updated in 2020. It's still not finalised or adopted officially. It is used by the park rangers in their job. But the most important, or one of the most important parts of this plan is a whole of council implementation plan. And that is yet to be implemented. It would cost almost nothing to do that, but it's a will. It's a strategic will to actually implement it that's missing. I know that there are staff who put in bid for pest plant funding, but they had pushback from their own senior management. So something's going wrong here. And an example is the Tree of Heaven. You can find that planted, let alone flourishing, along the banks of the river.
So we request that the council give serious consideration to implementation of this, long-standing plan. We'd like to see more ecologists and greater allocation for pest plant management, especially in the Three Waters areas, and of course retain and increase the biodiversity fund. We'd also like to see the reinstatement of the Natural Environment Biodiversity team. And I think a greater focus, recognition that, just like we've seen the council tackle the climate crisis, we have a twin biodiversity crisis. They're interlinked and there are really great advantages in addressing them together. And we think that an investment now in biodiversity preservation is a great way to save money for future generations.
And we'll leave you to read the rest of our submissions about sediment reduction, about herbaceous forest planting, increasing green space, and all those other things. Thank you.
Okay. One very quick question.
Could we make a note with regards to the pest plant management plan, just to see where it is and timing on that?
And one question from Paul. Thank you, Tim. One question, Pauline, please.
Thank you. Do you see cats as a bit of a threat to our biodiversity in any way?
Yes, we probably wouldn't rate cats as our highest threat in our particular areas that we work, but it certainly is a threat.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming in.